Welcome to New York, the city that never sleeps. Frankly, the aroma alone would keep anyone wide awake. Behold the Big Apple, a little bruised, a bit battered, and with just the faintest hint of mold. Did you know New York churns out enough trash every single day to fill the Empire State Building? That's right, by the time you've finished your morning bagel, the city's already knee-deep in rubbish. Welcome to the metropolis, where the only thing more famous than the skyline is the stench. Some call it glamorous. But if you can peer past the mountains of bin bags and the unmistakable scent of eau de subway, you might catch a glimmer of its beauty just before a rat scurries across it. The locals call it character. I call it a health hazard with a skyline. Honestly, I've seen festival toilets in better nick. The subway? It's a rolling petri dish with a view. If you're lucky, you'll leave with a story and not a rash. And the rats. Honestly, they've more swagger than a reality TV star and better table manners than half the tourists. Hotels? Well, the bedbugs are the only ones getting a proper night's sleep. 5 stars for the insects, not the guests. So grab your hand sanitizer, lower your expectations and brace yourself. New York is about to show you what gritty truly means. Shall we get on with it? Welcome to the London Underground. Oh, wait, it's New York, where the rats outnumber the commuters and are the only residents not getting ripped off by extortionate rent prices. And here's a fun fact. New York rats can squeeze through holes the size of a quarter and, if you're really lucky, might even pop up through your toilet for a surprise visit. These aren't your run-of-the-mill rodents. These are mutant pizza-pinching beasts with 30-day unlimited ride MetroCard passes and not a hint of fear. Forget about seeing your favourite Pixar rat. These critters would mug Remy for his cheddar and then give Linguini rabies. They're the true veterans of the underground. Look at them, marching down the tracks like commuters on a Monday morning, only with more confidence and fewer complaints. There are an estimated 2 million rats in New York, 1 for every 4 people. That's more than the population of some countries. They're basically applying for their own flag at this point. Some of these creatures are the size of small dogs. If you spot one dragging off a slice of pizza, just let it be. It's always been their city. Welcome to New York's unofficial Olympic event, dodging mountains of bin bags. It's like parkour, but with more rubbish, less dignity, and a real risk of stepping in something unspeakable. Honestly, you can't miss them. Towering black sacks line the pavements like a miniature version of New York's skyline, only with more banana peels and the occasional mystery ooze. The city's unique waste system. Just lob it on the pavement and hope for the best. Navigating the streets is like starring in a rubbish-themed episode of Total Wipeout. Bonus points if you dodge the leaking bin juice. In summer, the sun turns these heaps into slow-cooked stink bombs. The scent, odor-rotten mystery, bottled exclusively for New Yorkers and served with a garnish of flies and maggots. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet for your nose and a 5-star hotel for flies. If you see a swarm, don't worry. They're just the city's unofficial mascots. Bon appetit, you little beauties. New York churns out over 12,000 tons of household waste every day. That's enough to build a small mountain range, or at least a ski slope for the city's rats. If you ever wondered where all the world's missing banana peels went, now you know. Welcome to New York in the summer, where the air is thicker than a builder's brew, the pavements are frying pans, and your poor nose is under siege from all directions. If you're lucky, you'll only step in a puddle of water. If you're not, it's garbage juice oozing from a bin bag, slow-cooked by the sun and ready to haunt your shoes for days. Step outside in July or August, and you're instantly swaddled in a muggy, invisible, extra-thick duvet of pure regret. If you claim to love it, you're either fibbing or you've turned into a New York rat. The stench can follow you for blocks, like a bad ex but stickier. The aroma? Imagine a cocktail of second-hand weed, mysterious puddles, and a generous waft of sewer grate, all shaken and delivered straight up your nostrils. It's the city's signature scent, eau de regret. Every step's a gamble. Will it be the scent of sizzling street food, or the unmistakable pong of something that's carked it in a subway vent? Spoiler, it's both, and it's even worse than you'd imagine. You'll find yourself speed-walking, breathing through your mouth and praying for the sweet, artificial blast of aircon like it's a lifeboat. If you survive, you've truly earned your New Yorker badge. The summer stench is as iconic as yellow taxis and skyscrapers, only no one's slapping it on a postcard. If you make it through, well done. You've properly experienced New York. Introducing New York's version of underground train transportation, where the only thing more dependable than a delayed train is the layer of filth clinging to every surface. Fun fact, those subway poles, they can have more germs than a toilet seat. Hold on tight, if you dare. Sure, the subway cars have aircon, but the train stations reach roughly 12,456 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. It's like standing in an oven that someone's farted in, surrounded by mysterious puddles that probably contain more than just water. The platforms are a science experiment of prehistoric chewing gum, stains that look like they might start talking back, and puddles you'd be mad to step in. Drop something? Consider it a donation to the subway gods. Don't even think about picking it up unless you want to pick up some diseases too. The seats are a modern art masterpiece of questionable stains. The floors are stickier than a cinema after a kid's movie, and the poles, touched by more filthy hands than a London pub door on New Year's Eve. Scientists have discovered hundreds of types of bacteria down here, some with names fit for a horror flick. Bubonic plague, anthrax, who knows what's lurking on that handrail? Fancy a lucky dip. That's why true New Yorkers treat hand sanitizer like it's holy water, slathering it on the moment they escape this underground petri dish. Welcome to New York City, where the bravest souls aren't the city bankers or the fire department, but anyone daft enough to stroll beneath the scaffolding, especially if you fancy a surprise shower of mystery water. Here's a fun fact. Scientists once tested those drips and found more bacteria than on a public toilet. So if you get splashed, congratulations. You've just had a microbial makeover, New York style. Every New Yorker knows the dread. One moment you're minding your own business. The next, a chilly, mysterious droplet lands on your neck. Is it rain, aircon dribble, or has a pigeon just christened you with a proper city baptism? And don't forget the pigeons. Those feathery fiends can carry over 60 diseases. If one gives you the side eye, run for cover. You freeze. You glance up. There's a tangle of pipes, rust, and a shifty pigeon giving you the side eye like it's in on the joke. Paranoia kicks in. Was that water or something far, far more sinister? Some leg it, others whip out umbrellas like shields, but no one escapes the mystery drip. It's the city's most unpredictable weather, and it always finds its mark. Watch as locals flinch, tourists recoil, and everyone glances skyward in horror, silently hoping it's just rain. Spoiler, it never is. In New York, the real badge of honor isn't a yellow cab ride or a slice of pizza. It's surviving the mystery water drip and living to tell the tale. Welcome to the city. Don't forget to wash your hands. Welcome to the ultimate trial for your stomach. New York street food, where only the bold or the balmy dare to tuck in. Nothing says proper New York experience like a hot dog that's been stewing in mystery water since Tony Blair was in number 10. Here's a fun fact. Some hot dog carts in the city have tested with more bacteria than an ATM keypad. And yes, that's before the pigeons get their turn. Ever taken a close look at one of these food carts? It's like a school science experiment that's gone completely pear-shaped. Watch the chef, handling cash, then the baps, then perhaps scratching somewhere best left unmentioned, all before serving you a delicacy that's been sunbathing for yonks. And don't forget, some of that food's been basking in the sun for hours. It's not just a meal, it's a heat wave in a bun. Sure, there's a hygiene rating sign, probably hidden behind a decade's worth of grease or just wishful thinking, really. Still, nothing deters a true New Yorker or a hungry tourist. Watch as a dropped utensil gets a quick wipe on a filthy apron and goes straight back to work. Tuck in, you culinary daredevil. You've well and truly earned that cast-iron stomach. Welcome to New York, where the rivers are less scenic postcard and more biohazard obstacle course. Honestly, you wouldn't dip a toe in if you value your limbs or your sense of smell. Yes, the city's surrounded by water, but unless you fancy a complimentary chemical peel, I'd steer well clear. The Hudson's hosted everything from floating rats to the odd alligator. No lifeguard on duty, just mutant wildlife. Decades of industrial muck and raw sewage have turned these waterways into a toxic brew even Gordon Ramsay wouldn't poke with a stick. If you spot a log, double check. It might just blink at you. When it pours, The city's combined sewer system gifts you a bonus cocktail of rainwater and raw sewage straight into the rivers. It's like a citywide flush, now with extra E. coli and the occasional pizza rat. That's why you'll spot warning signs everywhere, unless you reckon swimming in toxic sludge makes for a cracking holiday tale. Bring your own hazmat suit, so enjoy the ferry rides but keep your hands, feet and common sense inside the boat at all times, unless you fancy mutating into the next Marvel villain. The only thing super about these waters is the bacteria count. Welcome to New York's most horrifying attraction, bedbugs. The only souvenir you'll bring home that'll have a nibble at you in return. And here's a fun fact. One female bedbug can lay up to 500 eggs in her lifetime. That's more roommates than a Brooklyn flat share. These bloodthirsty freeloaders have turned five-star hotels into all-you-can-eat buffets. Sleep well, not in this city, mate. And if you think you can starve them out, think again. Bedbugs can survive for months without a meal. They're basically the cockroaches of the linen world. Bedbugs are the ultimate New Yorkers, tiny, rude, impossible to evict, and always after a cheeky free meal. They're everywhere. Posh suites, tube seats, even your nightmares. Exterminators. Bedbugs just have a giggle and order room service. Their bites itch for days. But the real agony is knowing you're sharing your pillow with a tiny vampire and its entire extended family. Top tip? Check the bedbug registry, inspect every mattress, and perhaps just kip standing up. In New York, a bit of paranoia is just common sense. Welcome to the pavements of New York City, where the ground is less sidewalk and more a sticky graveyard for chewed gum. In fact, it's estimated there are millions of pieces stuck here, some older than the average tourist. Cast your eyes down, brave visitor. That's not modern art, it's a Jackson Pollock, courtesy of generations of lazy gum chompers. Some of these blobs have been here for decades, fossilized by the city's hustle. Each black and grey splodge is a tribute to someone's utter disregard for public decency and basic hygiene. If you're lucky, you might even spot a city worker scraping away at this sticky legacy. These blobs of gum have been trodden, squashed and slow-cooked by the sun until they're practically woven into the city's DNA. Step carefully, or you'll take a piece of New York home on your shoe. Forget the Tate. If you fancy a bit of abstract art, just stare at the pavement. It's a masterpiece of neglect and questionable choices. Every sticky patch was once in someone's gob. Now it's lying in wait to ruin your shoes. And don't expect the council to clean it up this century. Weekend in New York means one thing: mountains of trash. By Sunday, bins explode, sidewalks vanish under rubbish, and rats and raccoons throw a citywide feast. Sanitation workers battle coffee cups, pizza boxes, and critters that party harder than the tourists. If you see a bin with space, you've found a unicorn. Pigeons peck at leftovers, rats drag pizza, and raccoons dig in. It's a trash triathlon. Only the bold survive. Gross fact. In 2019, a goldfish was found swimming in a puddle of bin juice, only in New York. New York, the city that sells you dreams on glossy postcards, then hands you a reality check that sometimes scurries across your kitchen floor. Here's a parting gift. New York is home to millions of cockroaches, enough to fill every subway car twice. If you haven't seen one, don't worry. They've definitely seen you. And if you think you're safe on the streets, think again. The average New Yorker unknowingly steps in dog poop several times a year. It's practically a rite of passage. The filth is practically a local celebrity. Just ask the millions who step over, around, or sometimes right into it every single day. Should you visit? Absolutely. Just pack a hazmat suit, keep your eyes peeled, and remember, every step is an adventure. If you love learning weird truths about cities people adore for no good reason, hit subscribe. Misery loves company. Cheerio. And may your shoes stay clean.